Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. We lead the bulletin tonight with the tragic news. A young boy has been killed in a crash outside a school in Glenorchy. Brianna Boylan joins us now from the scene. Now, Bri, what are the details?
Kim, sadly, a 12-year-old boy has died after being hit by a vehicle here on Main Road outside Cosgrove High School. It happened just after 3 p.m. Despite efforts by emergency responders, the boy passed away at the scene. Investigators are still here piecing together what happened in the lead up to the fatality. The road remains closed between Elwick Road and Lambton Avenue. Police say their thoughts are with the boy's family and loved ones at this difficult time, and anyone who might be able to assist with inquiries is encouraged to contact police or Crime Stoppers, Kim.
Terrible situation there. Thank you, Brianna. Well, Dean Winter has put his hand up to be the next Labor leader, saying the party needs to connect with regional Tasmania. He's confident he's the right man to unite the party with a challenging parliament on the horizon.
Ready to bring Labor in from the cold, Dean Winter wants to be leader.
I feel like I'm the best person to lead the Labor Party forward, and having spoken to my colleagues, that's the feedback that I'm getting as well.
Labor secured just 10 of 35 seats in the election. Winter admits voters don't know what they stand for.
Labor stands for jobs and the economy and for the services that flow on from that.
In 2021, the then Kingborough Mayor was at the centre of a pre-selection storm, his nomination blocked only for the National Executive to intervene. He's since served as Leader of Opposition Business and Shadow Energy Minister.
I think he's the right person for the job at the right time. Dean is driven, he's well connected to his community, and he's provided outstanding leadership to us.
He comes with the endorsement of current Deputy Anita Dow, who wants to stay in that role. And from former Labor premiers, David Bartlett saying, "I've seen him grow and develop not only as a great retail politician who can connect to people, but also a great policy brain." Today, he was coy on potential policy changes, including on the AFL stadium.
But what I can guarantee is we support the team. It's not a matter of whether you want a stadium there or not, it's actually a matter of whether it can be built.
He does support current positions on harm minimisation and political donation reform, and on not working with the Greens. It's still unclear if he will face a challenger from the party's left faction, triggering a contest. As election counting continues, independent Craig Garland is mounting a challenge for the seat of Braddon. That would make him the 11th crossbencher in an extraordinary parliament. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
One of Tasmania's most popular summer events, Foma, has been dumped. Founder David Walsh releasing a sombre statement this afternoon saying the festival ends here after 16 years. He's called the last edition, held this summer, a poorly attended artistic triumph, but claims that's not the reason for the event's cancellation. Rather, Mona is costly and had to be pared back. Mona's winter festival, Dark Mofo, has a reduced program this year. The Albanese government is under pressure to assess the environmental impact of salmon farming on the Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area as a matter of urgency. The Australia Institute, writing to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organisation, requesting its help in protecting the Maugean skate. Skate numbers have more than halved in the past decade. Some of the state's leading agricultural mines are being celebrated for their contributions to emerging industries. The Northwest's Belle Binder taking home the Tasmanian Agri-Futures Rural Women's Award for 2024. Recognised for her Farm Work Loop project, promoting sustainability and community engagement.
It supports a really beautiful ecosystem for our farmers, and so we've got a lot of skills being transferred to different farms, and we're keeping the workers around for longer.
She hopes to use the $15,000 grant to expand the model to more Tasmanian farms. Dozens of local heroes have been celebrated for their commitment to keeping Tasmanians safe. Police and emergency workers recognised for their courage and determination at the first of 3 events around the state.
When two divers ran into trouble off the East Coast last June, Carl and Chris leapt into action. Today, their bravery was formally recognised at a Tasmania Police Awards ceremony.
The conditions were horrendous. You couldn't see a diver on the surface 10 metres from you. So the reason it was successful, I think, is because of the way it was coordinated.
But stay ashore and coordinate. So having people that will throw their hand up straight away in the community in a small town is critical.
The pair among dozens taking the stage for their heroic actions.
They've acted in a way to protect community members and that came at great risk.
Family and friends watching on with pride, including those of Detective Melanie Nichols as she accepted the inaugural Investigator of the Year award for her work with Operation Carnegie.
That investigation resulted in the seizure of large quantities of drugs and Australian currency. The offender was convicted in Tasmania for 15 years.
Roderick Warrington was honoured for 45 years of duty, making him Tasmania's longest-serving constable.
I've gradually filtered my way to the back of the auditorium, so I'm quite happy with that. I used to see these bewildered old people up the back. Now I am one.
Now tasked with teaching the next generation of recruits.
I know it sounds a bit dramatic, but I'm training them to save life.
So Tasmanians can rest assured their safety is in good hands. Brianna Boylan, 7 Tasmania News.
The Jack Jumpers are toasting their championship-winning season tonight with their end-of-season awards gala. For more, we're joined by Josh Duggan, who's at My State Bank Arena. Josh, it's a celebration of a remarkable season.
It certainly is, Kim. In just 3 years, the Jack Jumpers have risen to the top of the NBL. Tonight there'll be a range of awards handed out, including the season MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Fan Favourite and the Spirit of the Jack Jumpers Award to someone within the organisation. The players are here, they're joined by coaches, support staff and also supporters of the team in general. And I'm here joined by Jack Jumpers CEO Christine Finnegan. Christine, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
So firstly, what's so special about tonight?
Oh, well, obviously this is a championship gala dinner. You know, we're celebrating the culmination of what's been an amazing series for the Jack Jumpers, and great vibes in the room tonight. It's bringing everyone together to celebrate the championship.
The last week would have obviously been a blur. What's it been like being on the inside?
It's been amazing. Like, you know, the celebrations and the way people across the state have embraced this championship and are so excited about it. And you know, My State Bank Arena on Monday, we're off to Launceston and Devonport over the weekend to take the trophy and Scott Roth out to the community, and it's just been fantastic.
And who's your tip for the season MVP?
Oh, I don't think I should have a favourite, but I think obviously Jack McVeigh's had a terrific season, had a great finals campaign. Jordan Crawford had a really great consistent season, as did Milton Doyle. Who knows? I think it's quite open.
Thank you very much for your time. It's a season that Jack Jumpers fans won't be forgetting anytime soon. Kim?
Thank you, Josh. An incredible achievement and time to let their hair down tonight. Launceston will look to bolster its foodie credentials when it hosts the 25th Symposium of Australian Gastronomy later this year. The 3-day event will bring together 120 guests and presenters from across the globe, sparking conversations around the culture, history and science of food and drink.
We want everybody to be involved in and discussing the future of not just Tasmania's food systems, but Australia's more generally.
This year's theme, quite the mouthful. It's iron and gastronomic possibilities from the undercurrents and hopes to pay homage to the uniqueness of Tasmania's food system makeup. Now, a mainstay of the Tasmanian winter events calendar is putting the final touches on its return. Back for its 19th year, the Festival of Voices has dropped the June-July program, featuring plenty of homegrown talent and an international superstar.
She's the Grammy Award-winning artist leading the 2024 lineup. Macy Gray is adding a Tasmanian tour stop, leading a stellar collection of talent from near and far.
We've actually got a over 1,000 singers already involved with the festival, about 500 coming in from interstate, but about 500 here in Tasmania.
Amplifying a bumper diverse program, taking sounds to every corner of the state, offering a note to suit everyone.
The whole point of Festival Voices is to just start singing together and be full of joy all the time.
While other iconic Tasmanian winter festivals are dimming the lights this year, Festival of Voices is adamant it's ready to warm up the vocal cords and keep the music playing.
The festival scene at the moment is obviously in quite a challenging position. We're really lucky in that we're well supported.
Inspiring a community-wide sing-along. This troupe of hospital and ambulance staff haven't taken home a Grammy just yet, but they're still billowing out.
Hey Mambo, Mambo Italiano.
Dusting off their songbooks for the Corporate Choir Challenge.
Singing is very therapeutic, and it's certainly been the tonic for many of us. I think setting up this choir was just the medicine that we needed.
Singing all the praises. Victoria Risto, 7 Tasmania News.
Australia's youth orchestra is in the south of the state, preparing to captivate Tasmanians at their autumn season concert, Turbulent Times. Performing for one night only, the 60-person ensemble is hoping to shift the audience's perception of classical music.
There's really nothing like it. We don't have any other chance, especially from around the country, to converge like this.
It was just the energy that all of these musicians, young musicians, had, and we all could share this same goal.
Tickets are still available online.
The NBL 1 South season starts this weekend, with Tasmanian teams benefiting from all that basketball fever. An interstate derby between the Hobart Chargers and Northwest Thunder's game in Ulverston is a sellout.
It'll be an exciting game in front of a packed house, so I think everyone will be up and ready to go for that.
Well, the Launceston Tornadoes have announced 2 new import signings who will arrive a little later this month.
We're really excited. It's been a huge pre-season for our girls, and to have all the local girls on the court this weekend against Hobart is something we've prepped for a while.
We'll just see what they come out with, but I think the big thing for us is just to focus on the way that we want to play.
The Tawns and Women's Chargers play at Elphin tomorrow night. Tasmanian young gun Jacob Furphy is eyeing off basketball glory on the world stage in Germany as part of the Australian squad competing in the Albert Spitzer tournament. The team has gone undefeated in Group A, the Tassie local sinking 7 to help the Aussies run away with a 93-56 win against Slovenia yesterday. They'll face Italy later tonight in a semi-final showdown. Riverside Olympic will look to rebound from a crushing 6-0 loss when they face Glenorchy in the Women's Super League this weekend. The Knights are also coming off a loss at the hands of Launceston United.
We're probably leaving a little bit too many gaps in between the lines there when we don't have the ball. So we've been working on that.
In the NPL, Clarence Zebras have a tough test against the Kingborough Lions after a challenging start to the season, but did win a recent cup clash.
I think it was very important that the boys get a win under their belts, a bit of belief, and a clean sheet as well.
In other NPL fixtures, the Strikers host Launceston City. South Hobart travel to Launceston United. Alex Peroni is set to race on Australian soil for the first time in the opening round of the GT World Challenge on Phillip Island. The Tasmanian Formula 3 driver made the switch to endurance racing 2 years ago after a stint at the Indy Lights in the US. After 9 years abroad, he's looking forward to coming home. Peroni will partner with Mark Rosser for Team BRM.
Good evening. It was a fine day across the state today with some light showers clearing about the southwest and the northeast. Hobart and Devonport 20 degrees today, Launceston 22, Burnie 19. Across the state, the common temperature was 20 degrees reported at Flinders Island, Smithton, Low Head, St Helens, Grove and Bushy Park, 19 for King Island, Friendly Beaches and Strawn, Maria Island 18, 14 the maximum for Lyweni with an overnight low of -2 degrees. Areas of patchy cloud are visible over northern and eastern parts of the state. Low to mid-level cloud covers the eastern seaboard from tropical Queensland to eastern parts of Victoria. Tomorrow, a high pressure system continues to ridge over Tasmania as the low pressure system moves south into southern New South Wales. East to northeasterly winds 10 to 20 knots, turning variable to 10 knots in the west. Southwesterly swells increasing up to 3 metres. Looking now at your forecast for Saturday, partly cloudy in Hobart 23, 21 in Maydena and Oatlands. Possible showers developing in Launceston 22, a shower or two in Devonport 20, partly cloudy conditions in Lyowini 15 the maximum. Showery over Burnie 19, cloudy across Strawn and Marrawar 21. A high chance of showers for St Helens 20, maybe a shower or two also for Swansea 21, partial cloud in Orford 22. We'll take a look now at the 3-day forecast. Sunday, showers extending statewide in the morning, although likely about the north and east, with thunderstorms there also. Monday, showers about the west and Bass Strait Islands, with light showers extending statewide, with showers falling to snow above 900 metres. Tuesday, showers about the west and far south, with that snowfall continuing. Across the country tomorrow, 36 the top for Broome, rain easing in Sydney 26, showers in Brisbane and Melbourne, heavy rain and possible storms forecast for Canberra with a maximum of 23 degrees. And currently this Friday evening, it's mostly clear in Hobart, 15, partly cloudy in Launceston 18, and also mostly clear in Devonport. It was indeed a short week, Kim. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday.
Okay, thanks, Kai. We'll see you then.